little fish on.
Really nice looking fish.
Woo! I love it.
That's a hog.
Woo! Oh yeah, bring him up to me. It's a nice fish.
Nice job. That is a tank.
Nice job, you two.
Lund Boats proudly presents the ultimate fishing experience. This week on Lund's The Ultimate Fishing Experience. Angling Edge's Jeremy Smith and Jeff Simpson set out on a fall wilderness fishing adventure to the remote waters of Lower Manitou Lake in Sunset Country, Ontario. The Manitou Weather Station Lodge, an angler's getaway in the bush, offers a perfect base with tremendous fishing nearby.
Holy cow, I mean it does.
Their target species on this trip is the lake's abundant lake trout. It's mid-September, and lake trout are staging in the deeper water near shallow rocky reefs, where they'll eventually spawn. This predictable concentration of fish just ahead of the fall spawn makes it one of the best times to catch lakers.
Somewhere in here.
Jeff and Jeremy's timing and destination couldn't have been better. They pinpoint the motherlode of fish and find themselves in Lake Trout Nirvana.
Instant, I mean instant. Check this out, I mean it is doubles one after the other. What an awesome deal coming up to Sunset Country. This one is all about adventure. Jeff Simpson and I are on a mission to some remote waters in Northwest Ontario.
On the way in, it's mid-September. We stopped off and got ourselves a couple of grouse. There's all kinds of logging trails. You know, this time of year, I just kind of lose my mind. Between hunting and fishing, it's just crazy, right?
It's awesome, and we're in a really cool spot. Lower Manitou Lake, we're going to the Manitou Weather Station. Never been here before. This has been on a bucket list, so hopefully there's a bunch of lake trout involved in this trip. No doubt this is gonna be a cool adventure. This was a good start.
Sure was.
Well, this should be a lot of fun. We're gonna go looking for lakers, and I think to start the process, we're gonna troll. We're gonna have to look slowly with electronics anyway, so we might as well have some baits in the water, and hopefully we'll be able to run into some trout that way.
Yeah, we kind of know with these fish where they're gonna be located. They're gonna be in 60 to 90 foot of water, so the best thing is to go out there, cover some ground with the trolling baits, and then refine from there.
Yeah, hopefully we can get some jigging, but I think either way, we're gonna catch a lot of fish today. I'm excited to catch some early fall trout.
Man.
Holy, holy. Loaded, they're deep. Somebody's gotta get one here.
Oh, come on.
Got him? You had him, huh? Got,
Oh, see, that's what they do when you're trolling. Snip at you, aren't
Yeah.
they?
It's pretty cool, like you see them and then bang, 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 bang. They're just thick here. Somebody's gotta get one of these buggers. Oh, there's one. Got him, Jeffy.
Sure.
Nice,
Atta
that didn't
boy.
take long. I was like, boy, there's a bunch of trout there.
Exactly
And
how I
voila.
thought the script would read.
That's exactly how it's supposed to work, isn't it? Isn't that just perfect?
Yeah.
A great way to do this trolling thing is you do need some lead. So we've got each 4 ounces of lead with snap weights, and snap weights are a really slick system. You can use 3 ways, you can use a bouncer, but we just rolled up onto a little bit of the rock to get a sense of how deep our baits were going, and we're like, okay, at 130 feet, we're hitting in 40 feet. 130 feet of line with 4 ounces of lead gets us right in the zone. So now we've got good depth control. We saw the fish down 60. I let out to 170 and bam, got one. Always being Mr. Lake Trout.
Oh yeah, if they kick out that air, boy, then they'll roll out on dodge, won't they?
It is really cool. Snap weight, lake trout.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, hey, on the board. Oh, sweet. Let's just
Go,
keep it in the
Jared.
water for a sec. Yep. Make life a little easier. Trout on the board. Off we go. All right, first trip, first trout on the Manitou. Gotta like that. Nice trout. In fact, we're talking about maybe having a little smoked lake trout, so indeed this one is going to go in. I got a feeling we're not going to get many that are actually this small, so this is a great eating size trout, so he's going in the live well. Whoa! So this is the setup we've got going here. This would be a rod and reel that guys would troll walleyes with planer boards with. It's an 8.5 foot medium power, moderate action. I do have a line counter reel on here. It's spooled up with 20-pound braid, and then I've got a 12-pound fluorocarbon leader, and then this is the weighting system to get it down. We're using 4 ounce 4-ounce piece of lead. This is a little snap weight, so this is real slick. You don't have to tie anything to your line. You can clip these on, clip them off. And then I'm using a quick fish, you know, just a great little trout bait. Spoons work good. You could use, you know, whatever crank your favorite crankbait is. These trout aren't too fussy. Something that's just got a little wiggle down there, and we'll just drop it down. And like I said, we're figuring about 150 feet of line out, going 2.2 miles an hour, gets us right in the zone we want to be for those trout.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Mercury Marine. Go boldly.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4 trout on the screen right now. We are going 2.2. Mike Hayner's favorite. There's 2 more trout.
Jared.
See him bump it again on the fallback.
That's so cool, isn't it?
Yeah. You got one whapping you too?
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna get one here. There he is. Got him. Just like that. They're loaded here. Somebody's gonna get one. Just like that. Got him. Look at him down there. Yeah, I got a waypoint here. So look at, right now I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Looks like 13 trout are on the depth finder right now. So I think that with that type of a concentration of fish, it would be worth jigging. Now what's cool, it's worth making a couple passes here, because as we've done this rip down the break, we're seeing that there's fish kind of scattered about, but there's about a 50-yard stretch where it's just fish all over the place. So when you see something like I've got here, look at all those trout, that's definitely worth stopping to vertical jig. That's a pretty good concentration of fish. And if it was seeing a fish every 4 minutes on the depth finder, that's where it's definitely worth trolling. And you want to troll until you find this. Don't stop and jig until you're really in the part of where the trout are. And this is just filthy with trout right now. Look at them all, Jeff. Here is my Laker. I might just try to grab this one, Jeffrey.
Yeah, got the net if you want me to.
Well, he's kind of doing the classic trout twist and roll. There we go. All right, thank you, sir. To get this off, what I'm gonna do, first of all, is just get the ball out of the way here. That'll just help with everything. Set up right back here and should be able to just pop the hook out here pretty simply. All right, another trout, beautiful. And I think this one is definitely gonna go in the box. We've got our 2 now that we can keep for eating. So we'll keep this one, and that concentration of fish is just too good. We gotta stop and jig for those things. So this one's going in the box, and Jeff and I would both prefer to jig, pretty sure.
Yep.
So we'll do that and go catch some fish on jigs. Sweet.
Oh my, look at that, Jer.
Got one?
Oh yeah.
On.
Huh?
Boy, that took a while, huh?
That did. Up in 50 foot. That's pretty cool.
Is it a netter?
All mine are netters, Jer. I like the net. It's really cool. I'm using a spinning rod, you know, and these fish, I mean, it's got more than enough power to handle these trout. A lot of good average size in the, you know, 5 to 7 pound range.
Laker.
There
You go, sir.
Thank you, bud.
All right.
Sweet. Pliers out. That one came on a jig. Old single hook, boy, you can pop them out pretty quick. Whew. Feisty Lakers. Cool, I'm gonna let this one go. Sweet. You know, that trolling's a great way to find those fish, but boy, I can't wait to switch to jigging. I mean, getting those lake trout vertical jigging is just so much fun. It's awesome. And I started out with the jig. My buddy ties up these hair jigs, and it's not that big of a trout bait, you know. It's most people think a bigger bait, but these fish are really keen on small bait fish about this size, and the baits we're using are really the key. So I usually stand up to fish, but this is really nice. Jared's up in front, he's got all electronics he needs. I can actually drop my jig down right here and see it go down on sonar, and when we go through the fish, I can see them actually move up on my bait, and I can respond accordingly. So it'll just go down as a streak. You'll see a streak going down. We see those fish in 40 to 60 foot of water, and that's where I stop. And then there's several different moves that we make to get these fish to bite. It's really a lot of fun.
Two of them down there, yeah, one at 60, one at 80 now.
I can really see the
God, oh, missed him. Ah.
Here comes another one. Here comes one up to me. Holy cow.
Oh, I got another one. Jeepers, creepers. Oh, and I lost him again. I'm just not even like looking back at Jeff.
Oh, okay, I thought that was you. Wow. It's coming up again, Jer.
Oh yeah, look at that. Got him that time.
2 or 3 of them.
Just bang, 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 bang. This is exactly what we saw when we were trolling. Look at that. Jigging wrap. You know, the interesting thing about these fish, you know, you go to Canada and a lot of places, you know, especially in the very far north, you hear of trout getting caught on big baits like musky baits, but a lot of the fish in Sunset Country, you know, Northwest Ontario, that stuff, they really do key in on smaller stuff. You know, last year's Cisco hatch, and in some lakes have a lot of smelt. So it seems like those baits that are, oh, great, 3-4 inches long really seem like that's the deal. And Jeff just missed one there. So that one came on the size 7 jigging wrap. That's a great vertical jigging lure here. I'm also using just you know, a jig and a 3-inch minnow. That's been a really, really great bait for this. And then just a small spoon like that. So that's the 3 baits I've got on the deck, and boy, it sure seems to work pretty good. So jigging wrap's getting them. All right, get back down there.
Oh,
Jeff's got one.
Yes. It's the best. Huh?
It is the best.
They're chasing me up.
That's pretty cool.
Right on the screen. That's so cool. Fun, fun, fun. There he is. Just the hook in here. Ooh, burping. What do you think of that one, Jared? Pretty fish, huh?
I think it's pretty awesome, is what I think.
Let this one go. I was using the jig, and then Jared got hammered 3 times in a row on that jigging wrap. What's cool about this system, I got my rods, I got them sitting both right here, so I'm just able to reach down, grab the jigging wrap, and I was right back down on those fish. And what's cool about this bait, you know, this is 76 foot of water right here, and this thing just plummets down. So we can get back down on those fish. I can see my bait going down, and they want this bait so much, I can see the fish rising up after it. So I think we got them dialed in here.
One should, oh, denied. Yeah, they're really swatting at it. One's coming up for it. There we go, that was sweet. It's kind of that pause, just like you're working a jerk bait or something like that. It's like you twitch, pause, and you really got to mess with your cadence. It's crazy that these fish will, in one instance, it's just like you get it down there and they just can't wait to smash it. Look at that, just pulling. But then the next time it's like you got to really work it, and so you really need to focus on what your electronics are telling you. It's a lot like ice fishing. You just gauge the mood of the fish, and if they're, you know, sometimes they're just suicidal, but other times it's like, holy cow, you really gotta talk them into it. Look at that, just nice fat trout, catching them one after the other. So netting trout with treble hooks is kind of a messy situation, so I learned this trick from our friend Davis V back brook trout fishing. Just carry a cotton glove in the boat when you're trout fishing, and it gives you a really good purchase. You just grab them by the tail, and you can get a really good hold on them like that. You just grip them really well. Baits just pop off, super easy. Boom, nice trout. Pretty cool, huh? Let's get him back. Ready, Mr. Trout? Technology plays a big role in this deep water fishing, and yes, electronics are awesome and a must-have deal, but really probably the most important tool for doing this is having spot lock to remain vertical over these fish. If you don't have spot lock, it makes it really, really difficult. I can remember doing this years ago, you know, and you would just have to be using the tiller, going, you know, back into the wind and whatever, and it was really hard to get your baits straight up and down. A lot of times they're a long ways from the boat, and if they're away from the boat, you don't get to see them on your electronics. So spot lock is just huge to keep our baits directly underneath the transducer so we can see exactly what's happening all the time. I got a big horde of trout down there. One just came flying up for it. I'm dropping back down. He brushed it twice. I didn't get him. I'm gonna drop back through him. Oh, instant.
I beat you.
Doubles. How was that for a system, huh? Holy cow. What did that one bite on, Jeffy?
Just the old dependable jigging wrap.
Jigging wrap. Shocking. You see a school come through and it's just pretty sure you're gonna get both of them. I mean, this is like crappie fishing. I mean, it's just, they're so thick. The one challenge is there's so much water up here. Where are they? And Jeff, we wouldn't have this kind of fishing if we didn't put in the time looking, because Manitou is a big, vast fishery. There's so much deep water, great lake trout habitat, and they could really be anywhere. We got some tips from Chris at the Manitou Weather Station about where to start the hunt, and we came over here, we looked around, and bingo.
Go bango, right, buddy?
Bingo bango, yeah. I mean, this is literally as fast as you can drop it down. Lake trout are one of those fish. So many people come to Canada and they're just obsessed with catching walleye. And don't get me wrong, walleye fishing is fabulous up here, but there are so many fisheries up here that are just completely full of Lakers. And you talk about a fight, man. I mean, these things just kick your butt. It's just like some of the most powerful fish that you'll run into in fresh water. They're just fabulous, fabulous fish. Alrighty, well, looks like we kind of burned out that pot of fish, so we're just gonna keep working down the break here. And I wanna share with you the rig that we're fishing with. This is Lund's 1875 Pro Guide. It's hands down my favorite fishing boat, and here's some of the reasons why. First of all, this thing is made for trolling, especially contour trolling. You can just be a sports car following the contours really well, and that's all because of the tiller handle. This has got hydraulic steering on it. It's absolutely amazing for forward trolling as well as back trolling. The storage is unbelievable. For this trip, we've got stuff for lake trout, walleye, smallmouth bass, northern pike, and muskie, and I can pack all of that equipment into this boat. I can store my muskie rods that are up to 9 feet here on the side. I've got rod storage in the center that will hold rods just under 8 feet long. I can put tackle in here for everything. It's rigged up perfect for setting up big electronics units like I have here, and also it has the sport track system, so if we want to put rod holders in any place in the boat, we can do that as well. This really is an incredibly feature-rich boat, and in my opinion, the 1875 Pro Guide is hands down the best versatile fishing boat that I've ever seen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'd say we found some lake trout. Japers.
Oh, right there. Right there, Jer.
Right there, huh?
Yeah. That's cool. You know, these fish, you know, it's mid to late September, and these fish, that's their spawning period. It's coming up in 2 to 3 weeks, and so they'll congregate in these zones, and they'll just build and build and build. And in 2 to 3 weeks, you can cruise up on these humps, and there's lake trout, there's Lakers everywhere. So as this continues to build day by day, you know, we landed on pretty much the mother lode of Lakers. I'm not kidding, the screen is absolutely packed. Jer's got one on now, we got a double going. This can be some of the best lake trout fishing of the year. And when I say can be, it absolutely is.
Oh, big one, Jeffy.
Nice. And
you know what Jeff's talking about, like lake trout throughout the year, you know, if you come up in midsummer, it's pretty predictable where these fish are gonna be. They're gonna be near the deepest holes in the lake. Once the water's, you know, above the mid-50s, you can be pretty sure they're gonna be relating to those deep basins. And really what you're looking for, you can see behind us, it's a rocky shoal next to deep water. That behind us looks like a classic lake trout spawning spot. So we're just really looking for the deep water adjacent to that, and bingo, there's just trout all over the place on those spots. Works perfect. Now Jeff just got himself a double.
a double.
Okay. Trout Uno.
Huh? Trout Uno?
The other thing I gotta say about lake trout fishing is the places where these things live is just so spectacular. I mean, we're on the Manitou right now, a place we've dreamed about going for years, and it is absolutely stunning. The scenery that's here, the fish that are here, it's just, you know, It's untapped wilderness and it's spectacular trout
I'd
fishing.
say spectacular, huh?
This is just out of bounds. Out of
awesome.
bounds. Okay, we got to get it back because we're gonna get we got to do more doubles.
Keep fishing.
Those are pretty big marks.
You're on simulator mode.
Right? There's just like zillions of them here. Well, it's unbelievable. Yeah, I felt them. There you go. Boom. Instant. I mean, instant. How cool is that, Jeff? I mean, there's like 50 trout down there. That is just crazy, crazy. I mixed it up. I tried a blade bait. That's another lure that I got to mention tends to work pretty darn good. But yeah, I like started dropping down and there was fish everywhere. Oh, just a huge lake trout. Just a monster, Jeff.
Nice.
Look at how fat that thing is, Jeffy.
Oh,
You want to get down there and get
man.
Japers, huh?
Nice going, bud.
Holy cow. I mean, it does pay to explore. That's the thing. It doesn't matter what kind of fish you're on. If there's a bunch of them in a spot, that's great. Sit and beat on them, but eventually they get wise to your ways, and you just got to kind of mix it up and scoot around it. Boom. Got one?
Got one, Jer.
Nice. That didn't take long. He gets, oh. Japers, look at this, huh?
Oh, there he is. Just a
Here?
toughie, huh?
All right, I'm unhooked here. I'm going to try to show you this guy.
That's probably one of 50, I think, Jer. Coming up.
Check this out. I mean, it is doubles one after the other. What an awesome deal coming up to Sunset Country in Northwest Ontario, exploring wilderness in a boat like this with great electronics. I mean, this is an adventure we've wanted to do for years on the Manitou, and holy cow, it was everything we expected and more.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like more information, check out lundboats.com or these other online outlets.